Good morning. My name is Tom. This is Gracie. And today's video is about trauma and anger responses and sadness. Last night, Gracie lost one of her friends, a rabbit named Chewbacca. And her reaction was different from the other cats. See, when I took Chewbacca home from the vet, don't worry, Gracie is fine, she'll come back. When I took the rabbit home from the vet, I showed the cats that their friend had passed because I kind of feel like it's only fair. I wouldn't want, grandma to just disappear on me and I never knew what happened. So I think the same is true for, animals. Now, our boys, they're as domestic as cats get. They were sad. They rubbed their cheeks on Chewy's little cardboard casket and rubbed their cheek on her real quick, and that's kind of how they show their love. And Gracie stayed away from the box even though she didn't see, and I think that's because she could smell what was going on. And but I don't really know for sure. And I gave her some space, and then I picked her up and I carried her over so she could see Chewy. And it's important to know that Gracie was closer friends with the rabbit than the boys were. So I sat down, I pet her, I comforted her, and she looked, and she looked, and then she jumped away from me, hissing and yelling, and ran away from the box and glared at me angrily. That's a very different reaction. Now, Gracie is near feral. When she was a year old is when the rescue trapped her, and she shouldn't have been, able to socialize with humans at that age, but she just had a litter of kittens, and she was starving, and a combination of pregnancy hormones, which kind of help the mother bond with their children, plus the food incentive, they were able to socialize her. So what happened with Gracie last night was a trauma response. Kind of the same thing that humans do. When faced with a loss or sadness, you may have become accustomed to this as you get more and more exposure to friends or family passing away, but it is still a trauma. And she was a street cat. She runs on survival instincts the way our boys do not. And her survival instincts kicked into overdrive. And instead of expressing her sadness and mourning right there, she got angry, which is defense. It's one of those things where when you've been subjected to enough trauma, your body, your brain will say, you feel bad, you're in danger, therefore I'm going to give you a shot of angry juice so you can better protect yourself. And that's kind of a reality that I think we need to be aware of as we regulate our own emotions. It's not this person is defective thing. It's not this animal is defective thing. It's not a defective thing at all. But it can cause problems, like I know if a lot of people suddenly have a hissing, pissed off cat with claws out in their laps, they might react poorly. Likewise, you as a person, you get that anger response that you don't really understand yet. The people around you react poorly. And I just thought that was, an important thing to think about and consider. One last thing, Easter is around the corner. I'd like to remind anybody who's watching this that pets are not gifts. The reason I ended up rescuing rabbits usually was because they were a poorly thought out gift around Easter. They're not beginner pets, they're not easy like hamsters and gerbils. And, it's important to understand that, it's a life and it's a commitment. Maybe 6 years or 7 years, or in the really unusual case of Chewbacca, a 15-year commitment. Like, share, subscribe, and have a good day.